It's your boy, Shinfo. Who's watching CNN today? Hey? Who's watching CNN? Who's watching the BBC? Who's watching the nightly news? Who's watching the morning news? Is it fake news? That's the question I asked you today. Can you tell the directive or the narrative the elites want you to fall into their grasp? If you are simple, you are blinded by their flashy, gold, embossed names and their bright lights. Pea brain you have. Let me give you some facts about the news in the last 5 days that have come forward. Secret Service groups all over the world are warning, don't listen to media sources because they're directed by private agencies. Those private agencies own corporations, which pumps their narrative, their directive, their branding, their marketing. That's why when you watch the evening news, it's very hard for you to see a commercial outside of those 7 elite companies that they run, own, and enslave people to work for them. Did anyone know that Peter Nygaard was an elite here in Winnipeg for many, many decades? He made friends with lawyers in this province who used to visit Epstein Island. This stuff has come out in the last 3 and 4 days. This has been out for years. But now, more information has come forward that people involved in Epstein Island, freaking from Winnipeg! Child trafficking, all of this is coming to light. Secret Service is doing their job. I love you, Secret Service. I can actually, for a fact, name a couple of people that use child protection agencies the wrong way. And I'm going to prove it. There's a link between them and the lawyer and the Epsteins. And I got proof. But what I didn't notice was that they didn't make that connection yet. Maybe those Secret Service are covering up, or they just haven't covered that area of that yet. Well, so we'll find out in the next couple weeks or two, but man, there's a lot of shit going out right now. Firms closing down, shutting down, people retiring because they don't want a bad rap, right? Like this is what's going on. So you can't talk about certain things on the internet now because George Orwell predicted it 70 years ago. So all you can do is stick up for humanity. All you can do is try and not fight, but speak on peace, on the human's behalf for peace. And they can't do anything about that. So every day I will just simply enlighten, and I won't frighten you like the evening news does. The first thing the evening news does is say how many people died because of yada yada. Is that frightening you? Does it start you off? Make your skin crawl? Quick, short answer. Oh yeah. They know what they're doing. These people hire psychologists, lawyers, doctors, everything in between. Private investigators up the wing wang. They're everywhere. And these private investigators work for these, well, I'll give you an example. Here in Manitoba, we have a conservative leader, my ass, named Pallister, and he actually went after a nice guy named Walt Canoe, and he was going after him to prove he had a criminal record. So what did he do? He used the Conservatives' budget, which is meant to pay for roads, hospitals, and masks and protection, PPE for those in the nursing and the elderly healthcare, like all the old folks homes and stuff. I'm sorry, like not old folk. I love old people, but the retirement homes. Those retirement homes, they're finding that nobody wants to work in these homes anymore because of, you know, this is crazy, you know. Do you want to know how many of those people died that were ancient and were they weren't treated properly, they were miscared for, or not given any care? Full on dehydration. When you're 80, that is despicable. You're literally in what's called an assisted living home because you can't live without being assisted, and they failed. So there's one assisted living home, they're trying to sell it off right now. I think we should fine-tooth comb that. But see, this is the thing. No one's checking to see if there was criminal negligence and things like that going on. 1,000 people died in this province, and it's not because of what you think. It's because of dehydration. Lack of water. Look it up. I hear everybody saying, oh, so many people are dropping. Not one of my friends got sick so bad they entered the hospital. I have 5,000 friends in this province. You want to know how many of them got vaxxed? 0. That tells me something. That tells me what the media's pumping is not true. There are underlying conditions with each of the people who passed on into energy. Facts. So under the Freedom of Information Act, I can literally go to each of these private hospitals, which is also, it's hilarious and despicable, and check it, you know? Okay, so this person was, you're going to tell me that all the people that died in Manitoba were physically fit. They ran marathons. They had no underlying health, severe underlying health problems that were probably going to make them die a lot sooner. Already. You know what I'm saying? Then you stop giving them water. So what do you think's going to happen? Then you denied them access to family. So what do they have to hang on to and cling to? I'm going to tell you a story, and this is a fact. In New Jersey, a man in a hospital was misdiagnosed. Turns out he had a stroke, and they told him he had that thing. The man was severely dehydrated. His family wasn't allowed to go see him. The doctors told his family he's gonna die, he's probably gonna pass on tonight or in the next couple days. The family was just like, oh my God. They begged another doctor for a second opinion. The second doctor went in and said, what the hell is going on here? This man had a stroke. He doesn't even have what you guys are claiming he has. He's severely dehydrated. What is going on here? And if you don't think this is true, this was on a Joe Rogan podcast, and Joe Rogan was speaking to a comedian from New Jersey, and this comedian's best friend's family member, their father, their uncle, this is them. And this is true. The point of the story is something fishy is going on here. And I think there's others involved that know something's fishy going on. This is the highest level of something's fishy going on here. I noticed some people got their vaccine cards, and like other people have not even, they won't probably get a vaccine card till next year. Something fishy going on here. I asked a bunch of people in other provinces, you got vaxxed and you didn't get your card yet? They're like, nope, no card. I'm like, weird. I don't know. To me, honestly, there's something fishy going on here, and it all started when they didn't label what it was. It's a mysterious virus. It's not mysterious, because we just found out the fucking CSIS and the CIA and all the Secret Service agencies told the North American continent that there was something going on. And all the government agents and all the government officials never brought it to the public's attention. So something fishy's going on here. Let me just say this. Do you know what a breadcrumb is? If you're a bad person, you leave breadcrumbs everywhere you grow. If you're a good person, nobody cares about your breadcrumbs. All you bad people, we're fact-checking your lies and your alibis, and we're tasting all your breadcrumbs. Every single crumb you ever made in the last 5 years. You're lying. You're fishy. I'm gonna get you. going to jail.